Okay, we had a little break here. My wife came home and I had to see what was going on. Alright, so I have to correct myself. If we're starting on a particular key, let's say the key of F, and I did make this particular chart, I moved it so you can see the rough edges there. That's from redoing the inside of the chart. Okay, remember the outside is the tire. Okay, then we have the rim, then we have the hub. um, if it's looking at space, the outside would be the dark matter, then it would be the galaxy, and then the inside would be like the gravitational center, whatever, the axle of the galaxy. um, anyway, so that's kind of weird, but I'll tell you, it does start to remind me of like planets and stuff. All these circles, they really, because when you zoom in on them, but that's just eye candy. It makes it enjoyable for me because I was in the astronomy club and everything. So we're looking at this here again. Sorry for the background. We have that if we start in one key, we can play the diatonic scale. Remember, the diatonic scale for F is no matter where you start it. So if you're starting in an E shape F, okay, the E shape in diatonic starts on the 7th. The E string shape is 7 root 2. In the key of C up here, here's the C. Supposed to sound like an E shaped C. Okay, so one more time. Sit down, princess. Okay, so it's going to start on a 7th of that E shape. Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. So that's the E string shape, like that. Okay. So if we're going to do a pentatonic, if we're going to just play a diatonic scale on that E shape, we're going to start on the 7th. So it'd be in the key of F. It'd be. It's not convenient to go to the key of C at this time. We're talking about F here. So it's like that. Bottom string, bottom octave. So in the key of F, we have that going on here. No matter where you start that scale, you just follow the F scale. So now I'm going to play the pattern here for the E-shaped pattern, which I find, I've reviewed it a little bit, it's best to do an E1 shape, one string, okay, so it's S1E, 7 root 2, and then go into an S, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, go into an S2C, C, G, and then from an S2C we'll go into a S3D, which is just the next 3 strings is going to be starting on the D string shape. D, A, warped up, and then the 5th of A string shape is E again. So that's the diatonic on the root. When we go to its 4th, we go clockwise. Go to its 5th, we go counterclockwise, and we're going to be employing this method on the gigantic 60 key shaped circle, which is like a clock, because there's 60 seconds in a clock. There's 60 shapes in a caged key system. Okay, so the point is, if we're going to do circle of 4th, it would be, I'll just play it. We'll go to the 4th and to the 5th, right? So it's like this. To the 5th would be the C. See, it doesn't really sound right because with the diatonic off the key of C, we didn't get our B flat there. We get it when I play it, but that wasn't the C scale. So it's better to stick to a pentatonic on the 4th and the 5th, because they're not hitting their own 7th or 4th. So it's like this. It would be no matter where you started. So E's going to start on the 7th. And then just follow you could follow the E-shaped pentatonic, the E-shaped diatonic, or the F diatonic. Or just play the pentatonics. Okay, so when we go to the, we stop. Well, my dog's getting feisty. Feisty is the word. When we go to the 4th, we're going to go to the pentatonic scale. So for the F, to that 4th now, we're going to, and this is what the lesson's about, we're going to be moving the pattern up. So by moving the pattern up, we're effectively replacing the bottom string with its 4th. So the bottom string originally is the E-shaped F. Right, here's our E-shaped F diatonic. Okay, so we're going to be replacing that B flat, that E shape, with the A shape, likely starting on the same. So we've got now when we go to the C, we're going to be moving the F pattern down, which is effectively taking the 2nd string and moving it to the 1st string. The 2nd string is the 5th of the string shape of the 1st string. So if we're on the E shape for the beginning, the 5th of E is our augmented C shape. We're going to be starting from that C shape from the bottom, and it is going to be a C-shaped C right there. So you can play that however you want, right? But not the diatonic, because we don't want to hit the 7th of that C, and the diatonic will be hitting that B natural. So we just play the pentatonic. Okay, so it goes like this. The 5th of that is going to be C-shaped C, and we're going to play pentatonically. So it goes. And we go to the 4th. To the 5th. Okay, so we did the pentatonic on the 4th and the 5th in the C shape and in the A shape. So that's where this particular chart is valuable, away from where we had all those problems. Now the other thing is, the reason I made the chart short is to go 1st to 4th, 1st to 5th. You look at the inner shape here. Okay, the 5th shape, I attempted to make a nice circle of 5ths here. So if you wanted to go to the 5th of F, it would be a G shape. And so this doesn't even seem to make sense to me right now. Let me take a second. Okay, so the way that this chart was worked was that if we started from the B flat here in the C shape and went to the F as the 5th, we would play the F as a G shape.